The lamb needs a face. So it's the same steps as the sheep. We're going to wrap a little chin. I try to use a little bit less wool, so a sort of thin, very thin 3-inch piece. And I keep it on the end of the tool. And I like to put a little bit of pink on their little chin. So I take a thin little piece of pink and just kind of get that color. Oops, I got some black on it. Get that color on the end there, real thin. And so I'm going to slide this off and stab the tip back. And since the lamb has a little bit of a smaller face, to make the chin smaller, I can roll it in my palms, which will lengthen it out and make it not quite so wide. So the pink just peeks through there. I'll put that on. Stretch his head out really well so that it doesn't get his head locked down. I don't do the jaw on the lamb. And then I want to do the eye poofs. So I roll, this was probably, it was a 4-inch section of off-white that I stretched out. But I might not even need all of this. And I roll it around the tool, staying within about 1.5 to 2 inches. Keep pulling it thin so that it stays really uniform. Then I might take a little bit of white, the brighter white, real thin bit, and put it around this as well. When I slide that off, I want to take each side and pull to try to thin out that center bit there. And then I center that on the top of the head. And then take each side down. The lambs have a little bit more of a kind of dish to their nose than the sheep do. So that's what it looks like now. And then we want to make this front part of the muzzle. So I take a small square inch of core wool. Let me just make sure it's real even here. It's probably more like a square inch and a half. And I can put a little bit of white on it. And towards the tip or the point, the end, I want to put a little bit of pink. Which is this side away from you. Then we flip it over, and we need to draw our center, and then we need to draw an upside down U about the size of a nickel, I guess, maybe a quarter. And then I fold that edge back and just kind of fold the wool in along that U shape. Lift it off your felting surface and keep stabbing until it's pretty well felted. There we go. We've got a little bit of pink on the tip there. Can take some of this extra fringe away. You don't need a whole lot back here. And then this just goes on the same way we did with the sheep. I let the fringe come back and blend with the eyes. You got another joke there?
I'm just mesmerized. Yes, what do you call a religious sheep? You've got it.
I do?
You do. Think back.
I don't know. I don't have it.
It's a Baptist.
A Baptist. Okay, put the little dent. I did this a little bit off-centered. I don't know if I can fix it now. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you all are able to learn despite all the disruptions around here. I want to put some white over these seams here on each side. Okay, I'm going to cover these seams on the sides with a little bit of white. That'll help eliminate the platypus look. They actually have very dainty little mouths. Why does that look pink? So this just requires some sculpting and little, stabbing to shape the mouth and face and stuff here. And you can use some black, I'll show you, to make, define these little lines. We'll do that. But let's make some ears. And I'm not going to use any off-white core because I want to try to keep the ear as thin as possible. So I'm just using a little poof of white. Just a real thin little square 1.5 inches of white. And I'm going to go ahead and put some pink right into it. I might do some at the end again. But I'm not going to flip this over because I want the pink to be kind of on the inside of the ear. So if we draw a center line and then draw, I always make these too big, so I'm not going to use the Zoli tool because I really want to try to keep it smaller. So first I make a triangle and then I fold the last part in. I really stab that a lot. You can add a little bit more pink to the center at this point. Keep getting... Highly irregular day here today. We've got construction happening, we've got deliveries, we've had visitors. And then I'm going to fold the ear. This is an opportunity to make the ear smaller. Like, let's say your ear ended up huge. You just fold it at the size you want it to be. And that can help make it a little bit smaller. That looks like a good size. And then fluff out all this fringe and put it behind the eye bump. Yeah, and then where you attach it on the animal can help you make it smaller as well. It's starting to look like a lamb, right?
Cute.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay.
Lovely.
I'll do the other ear. We've got both ears on. It's starting to look very cute. We need to do little black eyes. So I do it the same way we did the sheep. I just roll it in little tufts in my palm. I don't give any gold to the lambs. They just have little black eyes. And then I felt the tuft in. And on these guys, I put a little pink rim around the black eye. I felt like it just made it look more newborn. So with the bunny bear, I just rolled like a really thin little twist of pink and then put that around the eye, kind of like a little eyelid rim kind of thing. This needle's a little strong, so I'm going to switch to a finer gauge. And then a little white dot really helps pop some sparkle. I'm sorry.
Bless
Felt
you.
that coming and I couldn't do anything about it. Okay, a black, also a little black line on their mouth can help really define their little smile. And then 2 little black, or probably even better, maybe brown little slits in the Y part of the nose. It makes like a little Y right here. Brown is just a little bit more subtle than the black. This is a good little detail. How many times have I said little? I need to stop saying that. Teacher mode. Okay. Sorry, I have a harder time working on the right side of the face. I have to like lean my face in. Okay, this needs a little bit more kind of sculpting around here, but that's the idea of the lamb's face. I'm going to put a little bit of white in the eye. Little tiny white. So I used a strong needle to get it to stick, and then I'm back to my 40 twist to felt it in. If I use the strong needle the whole time, it will just disappear. So, oh, he's cute.
Yes,
So
he's
cute.
so nice looking.
Now we need to put curls on. He doesn't have an eye on this side yet, but that's okay. I'll get to that. Oh, I would also put a little bit of white across the back of the head where the ears are attached to cover up those seams, add some strength, put a bit good color there. Okay. The curls, this is the fun part. This is really fun. So we're using the same curls, all the curls in the kit are the same. And to do the lamb, if you have a little carding brush or a dog brush, or I haven't tried it, but possibly even a hairbrush or comb. If you don't, you can use your fingers and just kind of more lock by lock, pull them apart like this, and see how it makes this nice downy kind of fuzz. That's what we're after to create the look of the lamb curls. But one thing you could do is you can take a brush and just kind of tease them out like this, and it does the same thing a little bit faster.
Looks like Kyla's hair at the end of the day.
Does it?
Okay.
So now we've got some fluff, and we're going to take our fluff and just felt it on. And without too much fuss, it will look very soft and lamby. Isn't that pretty? Just want to play with curls all day. All day. Milo, you know we're getting baby goats, right?
You've talked to me about this.
You're going to have to behave.
I am not supposed to bite them.
Nope. And Kyla is going to want to come over and just sit down and hold one in her lap and touch the curls all day.
Kyla's a little bit of a lock monster.
Yes, she is. So cute. You could put some on the belly. Got to put some on the chest. Just all over the body. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I want to show you one more thing that I think is kind of cute, which is to, see how cute, oh, it's so cute, which is to get a little curl on his forehead. So you've got to search your locks for the best little forehead curl. Here's a good one. That is a good one. And then maybe a couple of them. And then open up the cut end. It can be hard to tell which end's which, but usually the thicker end is the cut end. Like this. And then just put your little lamb down and felt that little curl on top of his head.
You have a little tail on your other little lamb over there.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Look how cute he is. Okay, little tail. Very good. Thank you. Piece of cake. Thin piece of core. About 3 inches long. Wrap it on the tool. I need a tiny bit more than that. So let's say a thin 4-inch piece would do it. Wrap it on the tool, slide it off, felt it just to get it started. It's kind of like we did the chin, except we're not doing the end. Then roll it in your hands. This makes it longer and felt it a little bit more. Then on one end, you're going to take a poof, and you're just going to put your poof down on your felting surface and stab the poof around the tail randomly. So now it looks like it's got a little curly end to it. And then this end you use to attach. And it's good to do this before you get all your curls on, because then your curls just cover that attachment and help hide it and also strengthen it. So, little tail, little lamb, more curls, more work. Voila! Hello. Hello. You did great. It was fun. I want to just sit here. I'm sitting. I'm not standing, because I want to sit here and finish my little lamb.
I even had some more bad you and ba puns, but I held back.
Okay.
We got to keep it professional.
Yeah. We don't want to slide down the slippery slope to amateur comedians. Maybe we've already done that.
You were there.
We're there.
I'm there.
I just want to sit here and make lamb fluff, so that's where I'll be
Okay.
for the rest of the day.
Well, I'll tell everyone to see you later.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.